Hey, what's up? It's Luke, and you're watching Luke the Gathering. Thanks for checking out the channel and being here. I really appreciate it. Um, I was at a Bloomburrow pre-release. Actually, my store had four pre-releases. We had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Sadly, I wasn't able to go to all four. I missed Friday, which is the first one, which is probably the best one. I missed Saturday, but I was able to attend Sunday, which I didn't do well at all. And then came Monday, and Monday was a special two-headed giant pre-release, and that's a little bit different. You partner up with somebody, you share 30 life total, and in our case, we got to share our sealed pools. And so this deck that I put together, which I think was pretty decent, pretty powerful, and actually we won the tournament with this, so we won all of our games, and it was a fun time. And this deck did really well, which is surprising because what I did was I made a Simic deck, which traditionally in Limited hasn't been that great. But in this case, it was really good. And my partner had a Rakdos deck that was also really nice. And so together we took the tournament. So we got some cool playmats at the end, and that was really nice. But let's see what we have here. We have Heaped Harvest. I really like this card. This card turned out to be really good for us. This helps get lands all the time, and you get a land when it comes into play. You get a land when it goes out of play. And one of the things I did a lot was my deck was Simic, so it had a lot of frogs in it, and frogs have a lot of things where they get to take permanents off the battlefield. You can bounce them off back into your hand, and when you do that with Heaped Harvest, you can keep playing it and keep getting lands out of your deck, which thins out your lands, which ramps you, and it's pretty awesome. So this was a great card. Sticky Tongue Sentinel. It's a reach creature 3/3 for 3, 2 and a green. And what it is, when Sticky Tongue Sentinel enters, return up to one other target permanent you control to its owner's hand. So that could be their permanent or yours. I could return, this Heaped Harvest if I wanted to, and then get more lands out or other creatures. So that's cool. Three tree Scribe, and this says whenever this creature or another creature you control leaves the battlefield without dying, so like if you bounce it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So again, you get these payoffs for bounces, not deaths, but like if they leave the battlefield through getting bounced or something, it's really good. Plum Creed Escort. This is almost like a hexproof combat trick that they have. I love this. This is really great. And what this did for me was it gets something hexproof at flash speed. So that was really great. I love being able to do that because once I was able to do that, you could save creatures with that, and then you have a 2/1 flyer. Or you could actually use this as a surprise blocker. Lots of things you can do with this card. Treeguard Duo is the card that I was maybe least wanting to put in the deck, or not least, I don't want to say it that way, but it was a card I didn't think was going to make the cut. But this card is awesome because when it comes down, your creatures get really big, or one creature gets really big, especially if you have a lot of creatures on the battlefield, and they gain vigilance. So I actually ended up really liking this card. Did I put 2 in this deck? No, I still only put 1, but it's another card that you can bounce back and then play again. Finch Formation. This card I abused a lot. It has Offspring 3. I didn't really use the Offspring part of it, but I did make creatures fly over and over again. So I'll mention it later, but there was one creature that I made fly. It was really annoying to the opponent, and when I kept... there was a way that I could bounce this and just keep making it come back. That was really annoying to my opponents. Bellowing Crier. This is a good card to bounce because when it enters, you get to draw a card, then discard a card. So some card selection there for 2 mana, not bad. This is the better version, Pawn Prophet. You don't have to discard, you just draw. A little bit harder to cast, but not in a Simic deck, that's for sure. And then I have these 3 tree root weavers. I did splash black in here. You haven't seen any black, but this lets you add 1 mana of any color. So I had 3 of these, so I felt like my mana was doing well. Like I wasn't worried about mana at all. Overprotect. Wow, this card is crazy. Target creature you control gains +3/+3, trample, hexproof, and indestructible until end of turn. This card saved me a bunch of times. It's just a walloping on defense or offense. I think this is just an amazing card. Speaking of wallop, we had Polywallop. Since this is a frog deck, a lot of times this costs less than 3 in a green. It would be like 2 in a green or even 1 in a green. That turned out really, really well. It's a fight spell with 2 of those. Runaway Together. This was great in Two-Headed Monster or Two-Headed Giant because you get to choose 2 target creatures controlled by different players. So you can actually choose 2 creatures from the other team, because otherwise you'd probably choose something from your creatures and then something from theirs. But since there's 2 opponents, Runaway Together was much better in this particular format. Oak Hollow Village. I wanted to give this a try. I don't think it was that great, actually, to be honest. Not the best. So I'm not going to worry about it. Vine Trap Mentor. This is a card I wanted. This is why I was splashing black. I have 2 of these in the deck. But it was nice because when they got bounced, they made food tokens. And so I thought that was worth it. We also had Camellia. So I had like 3 squirrels in the deck, and these are the 3 that I put in. And it seemed to do a good job, the deck. Tender Wild Guide. Nice rare. This rare didn't do as much. This is probably the least of my rares that I had in the deck. Keen-Eyed Curator is really cool. 2 green, maybe a little bit harder to cast, but you can pay 1, not tap it. You get exile cards from my graveyard. Once you exile 4 or more, it gets +4/+4 and trample. So it's a 7/7 at that point. Really sweet card. Dour Port Mage. This is really great. Again, this enables you to bounce cards. You just have to pay 2 and tap it to return another target creature you control to its owner's hand. And guess what? When you do that, you get to draw a card too. So you get to just draw and draw and draw every time you do that. Amazing. Dream Dew Entrancer. Another great bounce payoff because when this enters, you get to tap up to 1 target creature and put 3 stun counters on it. That's a ton of stun counters. And if you do it on your own creature, you get to draw 2 cards. So what happens is you could just bounce this, have it play again and again, and their creatures are essentially gone. And my all-star of the whole thing was the Mist Breath Elder. For only 1 mana, it's a 2/2 for 1. That's ridiculous in and of itself. But at the beginning of your upkeep, without paying anything, you can return another creature controlled to its owner's hand. And when you do that, this gets a +1/+1. And so I just kept doing that. This became like a 5/5, a 6/6, and like with that bird that I had, oftentimes at the bird, return the bird, play the bird, this gets a counter, this gets flying, it flies over, it hits. It's just, it was backbreaking when I was able to play this. And then having the other duo card with the, which one was it? The Dour Port Mage, I should say. Then I was drawing cards. It was just absolutely nutty. So in that way, we were able to really just clean house, actually. It was really cool. Did really, really well with this in the tournament. Now, unfortunately, everybody who plays in pre-releases only gets 2 packs as prizes, although we did get those extra playmats, which was cool. But I didn't open these yet. I was going to save them for this video to open. So let's do that now. See what we get. We got an art card. Ooh, kind of like a snake-looking art card. We got an Agate Blade Assassin. And our rare for the common good. I don't even know what this one does. It says create X tokens that are copies of target token you control. So you create tokens of tokens. Then tokens you control gain indestructible until your next turn. You gain 1 life for each token you control. Hey, that's interesting, but it's XX and a green. Then we have Gossip's Talent. And we'll just sort of sift through. The Moose I hear is really good. I like this duo card too, the red duo. Actually, a lot of these I've played with quite a few of these cards, and they've done really well. So let's go to our next pack. We got another art card. All right, then we got the Stormpath Charger foil, Full Art Mountain, and then Hugs. We got Hugs. Mythic Hugs Grizzly Guardian. Nice pull there. Wear Down, Mentor, and a bunch of other stuff there. There we have it. Anyways, that was it. I'm sad. This Friday is going to be the first Bloomburrow draft, but I won't be there. I'll have to wait another week before I can draft this set in person. But I'll be playing it on Arena, having fun with that. Best of luck with your drafts. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.